Hi guys, hey, it's Angie again with Feisty Butterfly Tarot, and this week I thought I'd do some morning reads that are kind of in the mode of Thanksgiving. My daughter was sharing this deck with me. It's the Housewives Tarot, and it makes me think of the vintage 50s and of my grandmother and Thanksgiving's past. Thanksgiving is a time where a lot of us have family over. Moms, grandmas were hard at work in my generation. Sometimes husbands and brothers would all be watching football. Maybe you guys had similar setups, maybe not, but this goes out to the feminine energy of our grandparents, of our mothers, of our daughters, to that feminine energy and those who came before and are going forward. Hopefully we can remember some gratitude and some of the gifts they gave us. So it's in that spirit that we're going to be reading today, and we're going to also use the Believe Your Own Magic deck that was birthday present from my sister. So let's take a look at what's going on. I think we're going to start, well, let's start here. So we have oh wow, okay. So what we're seeing here is the Fool, Death, Victory, and the Eight of Wands. So we're walking into a lot. We're leaping in faith. There is going to be a transformation. There's going to be a lot of work coming up. This is also indicating a lot of work and a lot of things coming at us. But transforming and gaining victory through the process this week. Interesting. This does not indicate an easy challenge. This will be also letting go of some things and some behavior, some old ways of doing things, and just stepping into ourselves and what we're doing to celebrate this time of gratitude in a little bigger way. Things are going to be looking different for a lot of us. So even though we're venturing off in kind of a way that's unusual, it is going to take a little bit of a leap of faith to get through this winter. And just remember that things are going to work out okay in the end. The universe really does have our back. It is time to have those around us that we cherish and that we love, have those around us close, and remember how important they are to us. So let's see what else we can find to clarify this message coming up. Okay, all right, some of this came up before. Interesting. All right, so I'm doing a few of these for a few days, and some of these that I've done on the side are also showing us some of this stuff. So some major things going on here. So the Judgment card is coming out, and this is something that we should be cautionary of, not comparing this year to last, or how we did before to how it's going to be now. The Two of Cups, caution on this one as well. This is to do with relationships, partnerships, spouses, friends. This is where everybody's bringing something equal to the table in good faith. So in good faith, you're coming at this thing. And I think there's going to be allowances made, maybe extensions of more grace during this time. A little extra of the loving energy, a little bit more forgiveness, a little bit more of that emotional energy at this time when it's hard for a lot of us. There's been loss, there's been transformation, there's been reworking in everybody's lives and in everybody's world this year. The pandemic has hit hard and everybody's been affected. There's nobody that hasn't been. We have the Two of Wands here. This is a crossroads. The Two of Swords here. This is a stalemate. So this is reaching out in love. Twos, choices, choices, choices throughout. Judgment. Instead of having this harsh judgment on ourselves, really evaluate, think carefully about the choices that we're making in relationships, in our energies, endeavors, in our work, in our passion, in our ambitions. This is like totally cleaning lady and trying to figure out crossroads, which road to take, whether to expand in the world or pay attention to world at home. Either way, seems like victory is there. It's just a choice needs to be made. And then the stalemate, with so much coming at you, I would say don't close your eyes to this. Don't be avoiding. Don't be in the avoidance, I don't want to look at it mode. No, these are choices that have to be made, and there might be two that are really big ones, and you have to think about that. So take a minute for pause before you cut into it, but definitely you're going to need to be prepared to do so. All right, let's look a little bit further. All right, the next level we are going to do is, again, with the Radiant Wise. Whoa. Those just don't want to go. All right, we're going to do one more shuffle and then we'll spread. So in my mind, this would be advice from my grandmother in that tier. This next tier would be more from my mom. Okay, hopefully you guys can see this well. All right. The Four of Wands is coming up, and that's a celebration and a victory also. And interesting enough, you have the 11-11, the perfect pairing, the twin flames, right by the Two of Cups. So something's happening. Maybe this is a transformation of a relationship you have. This is taking time to rest. So rest and renew, lay down, relax, rethink, choose your thoughts well, really renewing that spirit. And then this is putting in the daily work with lots of things coming at you. Now you have the 8 and the 8 here. This is an overcoming card. This is a card of mastery. So you have choices, whether you're mastering talents or whether you're mastering passion projects and ambitions, whether you are working with finances and home front or whether you're out in the workforce and have a lot coming at you. This is a time for decisions that will lead to mastery. Okay. Then we'll go back to this one. So if we have grandmas and then this is moms in the generational thinking. Clarifying the words of advice from our mothers. Okay, and I'm reading upright today because I figure you get the cautionary enough from me anyway. So we'll see what's going on. We have the Hermit, and she is, look, that's really retro vintage cute. She's like getting all fancied up, taking care of herself, self-care. Resting, renewal, self-care, and feeling like you're really taking care of yourself as far as if you're taking some time to yourself alone to rest and think, but also this is kind of, my grandma would call it getting gussied up, my mom would call it getting dolled up. It's where you're taking care of yourself and honoring your own soul, honoring your spirit, doing what you can to wash off the grunge, get fresh, refreshed, new, invigorated, and then celebrate. Ace of Wands, prepare, bring some fire, bring some inspiration, bring some creativity to it. Renew, rest, restore. Maybe you'll have ideas coming to you during this time that like, oh, this is a genius idea. This is something I need to focus on. This is how I can help myself out. Be ready for inspiration. And then we have the 8 of Swords, another 8 again. 8 of Swords. Now this is where you might have yourself in your head a little overly much. You might be thinking, all right, I'm trapped. I have so much to do. Ugh, this sucks. And I'm trapped. I can't go anywhere, or I have to stay home. All of these illusions where really you have the power to free yourself from some of this restrictive energy that you're feeling. So be aware of that as you're moving forward. Okay. So next out is going to be 2 cards that I would say as a mother for my generational advice. Okay, we have the 2 there. This time where you can walk away from a fight, walk away from a battle, and then the emotional overflow, the offering of love. This isn't a time for grievances. This isn't a time for bullying battles. This isn't a time for anything but love. Focus on this. These people are battle worn. They're tired. They're feeling pushed around enough. This is a time for offering love. Okay. And then one more bit of advice to clarify, and this would be maybe something for the daughters out there. The Tower. Okay, interesting in this layout, the tower, where things are looking so pretty fancy and ready to come tumbling down. This is about building a new foundation after the epiphany strikes, after the inspiration strikes. It's like, so I guess in my mind I would say, don't get so Norman Rockwell on things. Don't get so idealistic that it has to look a certain way, because this year has brought everything down. New epiphanies, new inspirations, new way of doing, completely new MO. This exterior looking all so good is really pretty fragile. So don't focus on the shallow stuff, the surfacey, imagey stuff. Focus on the deeper things, the deeper spiritual, resonant relationship, love things that are at play this year. Find a space to be grateful for those types of things in your world. Then we're going to take 3 from the Believe Your Own Magic to close this out. And we have, oh goodness. Okay. All right. We have Bitchfire, stand up for yourself. Okay. Then we have Castle and Mourning. Castle, it's the time for healing, not war. Okay. Then we have Mourning, the world awaits you. Okay. So the epiphany I would share and relate to you on this is like, a lot of us have had such difficulty this year that it's been like, ah, shit. Same day, same stuff, over and over. What day is it anyway? Just like, wake up in the morning, it's like, oh, again, really? It's been very Groundhog's Day for a lot of us. Wake up, same stuff, and it's just like we've kind of forgotten a little bit of the joy. Well, it's time for healing, not war. It's time for love right now. It's time to offer that energy and that space towards ourselves and towards others. So get clear about what lights you up. Fire, fire. So stand up for yourself. Create the boundaries. Create the time to maybe put your makeup on. Maybe dress up just for you. Maybe time to go for that walk or that hike that gets your brain on so good in the morning. And then morning, the world awaits you. It's time to wake up and think, how do I thrive? How do I do well? How do I serve myself in such a good way? And level up your game for yourself. Then things are going to feel really abundant, really good. And then if this tower wobbles, so what? You're still solidly, firmly in place. The foundation is still there. All the other little details that crumble around won't matter as much if you're taking care of yourself first. So self-care, everybody. Love you. Hope that this is a good day for all of you and that it's a good week. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.